Now on Etherscan, we actually can verify and publish our contract code. What is verifying and publishing your code? Well, right now, our code looks like a huge jarble of bytecode. And anybody looking at our contract directly on chain will just see this huge jarble of bytecode. We could use a decompiler to try to decompile the bytecode into what it looks like in Solidity, but this can often take a long time and a lot of processing power. So instead, we can just make it much easier by verifying and publishing the code ourselves. If you go ahead and hit verify and publish, we can scroll down and we can add compiler information to compile this on Etherscan and other block explorers. This is a single file. Compiler version is 0.8.7, and its open source license is MIT. Let's go ahead and continue. And we're going to copy paste our Solidity code into this large section. Paste. We don't have any constructor arguments, so we can skip this section. We don't have any libraries or any other miscellaneous settings. So we'll select I'm not a robot. And we'll hit verify and publish. You might have to wait a few minutes, but awesome, our contract was successfully compiled. Now, if we go back to contract source code, we can see all the code in here. And if we grab our contract address, place it into the search now, and we go to contract, we get a little green check mark, and we can see anybody can now read our source code. Additionally, those buttons that we saw in Remix for reading from our contract and writing to our contract are in this read contract and this write contract. If we read the contract and we retrieve the most recent number, we do indeed see that we have 7 here because we recently stored 7. Awesome. A quick note, this might already be verified for you since Etherscan might get smart enough to notice that a lot of people are deploying the same bytecode. If it's already verified for you, just go ahead and walk through these steps anyways. Now the code verification we just did was pretty simple and straightforward because our code was pretty simple and straightforward. Using larger and more complex code can make the verification process a little bit harder. Additionally, we don't always want to have to click buttons on Etherscan to verify our code. We want to do it programmatically. So in later sections, we'll learn how to verify all of our code directly through our code editor. You can imagine the process is this easy for deploying to any EVM chain. In our Alchemy, we could easily create a new app and change our network. And you can see how easy it would be to just switch out this RPC URL and your private key to work on a different chain. This process is also the same for Harmony, Phantom, Avalanche, etc. And if we wanted to switch chains, we would just switch the RPC URL and switch the private key, and everything else would stay exactly the same.